A leaked voice call between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo after the Shanghai crash left fans speechless. What was said in that midnight call broke millions of hearts worldwide. October 8th, 2025, Shanghai. What began as a night of roaring engines and flashing lights soon turned into a scene of horror. Wang Yibo, the man who lived for the thrill of speed, was competing in his final endurance race of the season, driving his Audi R8 LMS GT3, car number 85. He looked invincible, calm, focused, but just 2 hours into the 8-hour race, everything went silent. The rain started. The asphalt glistened like glass. One wrong turn, one moment too fast, and then chaos. Yibo's car spun out of control and slammed into the track barrier. The sound of metal against steel echoed through the stands. Spectators gasped. Crew members froze. The live broadcast cut away instantly. For several seconds, there was nothing. No movement, no sound, only the echo of something everyone feared. Wang Yibo, injured. Paramedics rushed in. Cameras stayed away. But soon, the entire internet was flooded with one phrase. Wang Yibo crashed. Within minutes, hashtag Pray for Wang Yibo trended worldwide. Fans broke down in tears. Some refused to believe what they saw, watching the replay again and again as if wishing the ending would change. Hours later, blurry photos appeared. A stretcher, a helmet, a familiar face under the emergency lights. That night, Shanghai didn't sleep, and neither did millions of people across the world who loved him. But what no one knew was that someone else wasn't sleeping either. Far away, in another corner of the city, Xiao Zhan's phone wouldn't stop ringing. Messages from friends, fans, reporters, all asking the same thing. Have you heard about Yibo? And that's when everything changed. It happened just after midnight. While the world held its breath, a private phone call took place. At first, no one knew. It was personal, quiet, and deeply human, until a small 2-minute audio clip began circulating online. The recording was faint, filled with static, but the voices unmistakable. Yibo, can you hear me? That soft, trembling tone. It was Xiao Zhan. And then, a weak reply, muffled by exhaustion. I can't hear you, Zhan-ge. That one word, Zhan-ge, broke the internet. It was a name fans hadn't heard Yibo say in years. The audio spread like wildfire. People cried just listening to it. Because it wasn't just a call. It was a moment. A connection too raw to fake. According to a source inside the hospital, the call happened shortly after Yibo's surgery. Xiao Zhan had reportedly begged staff to let him talk, even for a few seconds. I just need to hear his voice, he said. And in that call, between pain and fear, came words that silenced the world. You promised me you'd be careful. Why did you still race? I didn't want them to worry, Yibo whispered. Please don't do this again. I can't. And then silence, followed by the faint sound of someone crying. It was the kind of recording that didn't need confirmation. Every tremor, every breath felt too real to be staged. Fans flooded social media with heartbreak emojis, messages of love and disbelief. The call ended, but its echo lingered. The sound of two souls trying to find each other through chaos. By dawn, the audio had gone viral. News outlets avoided replaying it, calling it too sensitive. But for fans, it was already too late. The voices were engraved in their hearts. Wang Yibo's team quickly released a statement. Yibo is receiving proper care. Please refrain from spreading private content. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan's studio posted one cryptic message. Some words don't need to be proven when they come from the heart. That single line hit harder than any confirmation. It wasn't a denial. It wasn't a defense. It was an acknowledgement. Quiet, poetic, and heartbreakingly real. For days, fans across China, Korea, and Southeast Asia held candlelight vigils online, sharing messages like Yibo, we're waiting, and thank you, Xiao Zhan, for being there when he needed you most. Insiders later claimed that Xiao Zhan did visit Yibo privately at the hospital the next morning, dressed in black, mask on, carrying a bouquet of white lilies. He didn't stay long. He didn't want attention. A nurse reportedly said he just stood there for a while, holding Yibo's hand. Whether true or not, that image alone broke the internet again. Because deep down, fans didn't care about proof. They cared about the feeling, the love, the fear, the pain, the bond. Two men who once stood on top of the world together, now connected by something far more fragile, the fear of losing each other. In a world obsessed with fame, perfection, and image, this was different. This was real. For years, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan have lived under blinding lights. Every move, every glance dissected, every silence misinterpreted. But what happened that night peeled back the curtain, revealing something raw, human, and painfully sincere. Yibo's recovery is slow but steady. Reports confirm that his leg injury requires ongoing therapy, but his spirit remains unbroken. In his first public message since the crash, he wrote just 5 words: "I'm learning to stand again." Those words sent a wave of emotion through the fandom, because everyone remembered what Xiao Zhan had said in that call. "Please don't do this again." Maybe that was his way of answering her plea. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan has stayed mostly silent. In his latest social media post, a single caption caught fans' eyes. "Some promises are made in pain." Was it about Yibo? No one knows, but everyone felt it. Because sometimes, what isn't said speaks louder than 1,000 words. The Shanghai crash may have left broken glass on the track, but it also revealed something unbreakable. In the middle of fear, tears, and uncertainty, Xiao Zhan's voice reached through the static and reminded Wang Yibo he wasn't alone. And maybe that's the true story behind the headlines. Not about fame or accident, but about connection, the kind that survives silence, pain, and time. Because behind the lights, behind the stage, they're just two people who still call each other when the world falls apart. So, drama lovers, do you think fate wanted us to hear that call? Or was it destiny reminding us that even the strongest hearts still need someone to whisper, "I'm here"? Stay tuned for more heartfelt stories, only on K-Pop World.